Everybody, welcome back to the Alex Stone Show. I'm your host, Alex Stone. I'm on a mission to spread the light of the gospel into every aspect of life. And yes, you heard me correctly. I did say every, including the things that most Christians do not like to discuss, such as politics. I've already been live twice today with two separate shows, but I'm doing a third one today, a late night live stream. It is currently 9:07 Central Standard Time. I'll be on here for an hour, maybe even two if I feel like it. I got a lot going on today. A lot is going on in the news. We were supposed to have Hannah Faulkner, 17-year-old Christian patriot, with me today, but unfortunately she was not able to get Rumble Studios to work. If something changes within the next few minutes, I'll bring her on, but if not, that is totally okay. Guys, I just want to remind you real quick that this show is brought to you by mypillow.com. That is mypillow.com. If you go to mypillow.com and use the promo code GENZ, GENZ, it's all one word, you can get a discount of up to 66% off of your order. I believe that it's one of the greatest deals that you could ever have in your whole entire life, okay? They have My Pillows, they have My Pillow 2.0, they have slippers, they have towels, they have robes, they have sheets, they have so many amazing products. I have most of them. I don't have the dog beds, of course, because I don't really have a dog. I don't have a dog, so I don't need to use a dog bed. But go to mypillow.com, use promo code GENZ, GENZ. All one word, you can get a discount of up to 66% off of your order. I'm going to play this ad, and we'll be right back after this.
Looks like you've been sleeping well.
Megan, he's back. The My Pillow guy.
And you're looking good.
Still feeling good.
Well, just when you thought it couldn't get any better, we've got the best pillow ever, My Pillow 2.0. When I invented My Pillow, it had everything you'd ever want in a pillow. Well, now there's new technology that makes it even better. My Pillow 2.0 has my patented fill combined with a cooling fabric with temperature regulating thread. My Pillow 2.0 is truly the next generation of My Pillow.
Now's the time to go to mypillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use the promo code to save 50% on your MyPillow 2.0. Not only that, for a limited time, your entire order ships absolutely free.
You're sleeping even better.
And cooler, too.
And you're looking good.
Feeling good.
I knew you would.
mypillow.com.
MyPillow.com, use promo code GENZ, and you can get up to 66% off of your order, or you could use that promo code for the MyPillow 2.0 and get 50% off of your order. I say this all the time. It's one of the best deals that you could ever have. There is quite a bit going on in the news today, especially relating to Disney, of all things. Just recently, James O'Keefe from O'Keefe Media Group and formerly Project Veritas, they broke news that the senior vice president at the Walt Disney Company details discriminatory hiring practices. Nobody else is going to tell you this, but they're not considering white males for the job, says Michael Giordano, a vice president of business affairs. There's no way we're hiring a white male. Giordano reveals Disney uses code words and buzzwords to avoid legal action and even mentions a candidate being rejected for not looking black enough. Giordano also admits Disney gives bonuses to executives for practicing diversity, equity, and inclusion, DEI, agreeing that diversity helps with financial incentives. Giordano further claims he's been denied promotions due to his race. Stay tuned for the tapes part 2. So this is breaking news in the Disney organization, and it is quite sad that we've come to this point in the United States of America where the dream that Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. had, where we would judge people not by the color of their skin, but according to the content of their character. It is sad that we are not like that the way that Martin Luther King Jr. wanted. Instead, we are judging solely on the color of skin, and that you're not going to hire a white person because they're white, but you're going to hire a black person because they're black. That is one of the saddest things that we can see in the United States of America today. And Charlie Kirk talked about this a few months ago on his show, The Charlie Kirk Show. He was talking about DEI, and he said very, very clearly and made it very clear, when he gets on an airplane and he sees a black pilot, he's really hoping that they're qualified because of DEI. It wasn't a racist statement. It's a statement of, oh no, this person could have been hired to be a pilot because of diversity, equity, and inclusion. It's the biggest, piece of garbage that the United States is facing right now as far as, color goes. They talk about racism all the time. We saw, racist things happen in 2020 throughout COVID-19. And now we've come to this point where we're still being racist, not the way that they were talking about in 2020, but it's different. You're saying, oh, well, someone can't do good enough, but because they're black, they can have the job. It's a shame. It's a sham, but that's exactly what is happening. James O'Keefe broke that today about Disney. Here in a little bit, guys, I'm going to have a special guest with me. Her name is Kim Yeater. Kim is the host of the Take Your Power Back show. And she's become a near and dear friend to me in this movement. I had the opportunity to meet her. I believe the first time was in Springfield, Missouri, a couple of years ago for the Mike Lindell Moment of Truth Summit. I got to meet her there. Then I had the opportunity to meet her in Miami, Florida for the Reawaken America tour last May. Then I've been able to just connect with her and talk with her a whole bunch. And what she's doing is something called Take Our Border Back, that we are going to take our border back by fellowship. Take Our Border Back North America Alliance, Mexico, United States, and Canada, table talk and prayer. That's exactly what we need. We need to have fellowship. We need to have table talk. We need to have prayer, because the reality is that we are living in a country in the United States of America in which talking to each other is not normal anymore. That if you disagree on politics, if you're voting for Joe Biden and someone else is voting for Donald Trump, that you can't just have a conversation with each other. You have to hate each other. That's the culture that we live in today. And we are trying to change that with what we're doing on Take Our Border Back North America Alliance, that we're going to have fellowship with people that we agree with and people that we disagree with as well. And it's going to be beautiful to see the impact that it has. Just a few months ago, they had the opportunity to do the first Take Our Border Back, and it was phenomenal. And one of the people who her life was, quite frankly, was changed. Her name is Felicia, and she gave a powerful testimony on TikTok about it. That she said the woman you see today is only possible because of the Take Our Border Back initiative, which patriots gathered together for some much needed prayer. And that's exactly what we need today in the United States of America. We need prayer once again. I think the saddest thing that happened in the United States of America, right next to abortion, right next to, some of the other things that we're seeing right now, is the removal of prayer, school-sponsored prayer in the schools. That is the saddest thing. And since then, everything has gone downhill. That when you take God out of a society, then God's going to take his hand off of that society. That's just the reality. And I believe that was us slowly pulling God out and God slowly pulling his hand back. I believe that with my whole heart. Now I'm gonna make this very clear. This might sound controversial to many Christians and to many people. But I don't want school-sponsored prayer in the schools at this point anymore. And that might sound controversial, like I just said, but let me explain. The reason why I don't want school-sponsored prayer in the schools anymore is because look at what the schools are doing to everything else. They're completely corrupting it. They're completely making it evil and wicked and dark and not what it was intended to be. That they are showing pornography to little boys and girls in the school. It's so sad. So what are they going to do to prayer if that's what they're doing to the library books? If they're changing history, what are they going to do to prayer? They're going to turn it into something that it is not. They're going to pervert it. They're going to make it evil and wicked as they intend with everything else. And I said this on my show earlier with Jake Nix from Make America Gospel Again, is that, Isaiah makes this very clear. Isaiah 5:20, woe unto you who call evil good and good evil, who put darkness for light and a light for darkness, who put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. That's exactly what we see. We see light for dark, bitter for sweet, sweet for bitter. And that is exactly what they would do to prayer if we brought it back into the schools, into the school system, in the public schools. They would turn prayer into something that it is not. And it would be the saddest thing to happen in the United States of America. I talked about this last night on my live stream that I did. I had just gotten home the other day from Detroit, Michigan, and I was in Detroit for the People's Convention hosted by Turning Point Action. Okay, and it was probably one of the best events that I've been to. I had a great time. Had the opportunity to, have dinner with Roger Stone, my uncle via adoption. Had the opportunity to meet with Mike Lindell and Alex Jones. And when I met Alex Jones, Alex told me he said he already knew who I was, and I felt pretty good about that. Actually, I thought that was pretty cool that Alex Jones already knew who I was and what I'm doing. He agreed to come on my show, so look out for Alex Jones and Alex Stone very, very soon. That would be a fun time. And who knows, maybe I'll get Roger Stone on there as well. And we could call the segment the Alex Stone Show. 2 Alexes and 2 Stones for the Alex Stone Show. Just an idea, just a thought. That'd be fun. Something else I want to do is get General Flynn and Roger and myself on the same show for a segment that we call the Flintstones. That'd be fun as well. I'm just kind of dreaming right now. It's totally possible. It could happen. It's almost happened a few times, but Roger had to reschedule due to some just different appointments. Anyways, I was in Detroit, Michigan for the People's Convention, and I thought it was one of the greatest events that I've ever been to. The energy was amazing. There were 8,000 people there. President Trump spoke. He spoke for an hour and a half, something that Joe Biden can't do, can't even talk for 30 minutes without, messing up just about everything. President Trump was on fire. He was encouraging. He was encouraged with, even though there's so much going against President Trump, he was still encouraged to keep going and to keep fighting forward, fighting for the future of the United States of America. And that is exactly the kind of leader that we need once again in the White House. We need a leader who is going to fight for us and fight with us and stand by us. And that is what President Trump is going to do. And they talk about all the time, people like Harry Sisson and all these liberals on TikTok, liberal Gen Zers on TikTok, and even the Krasensteins, those idiots over there. They talk about how President Trump is only running to keep himself out of jail. Okay. But the reality is that President Trump had all of these legal issues happen after he ran for president of the United States, after he announced that he was running for the president of the United States. I'm going to pull up a tweet that I wrote. I wrote this on May 30th, and I read this yesterday, but I'm going to read it again today because I believe it's so profound and so important. I write on my X right after President Trump is convicted of 34 felonies. I say, it's a sad day where we can no longer sing certain lines of God bless the USA without it being true. We aren't free. This isn't what freedom looks like. I know that this is cliche and so many people have said it before, but we all need to rise up against this evil, tyrannical system that has plagued the United States of America. President Trump is a man who Hollywood loved and praised for so long. He built on what his father did before him and turned it into a multi-billionaire real estate empire. He was a hero in New York. Oprah loved him. Clinton loved him. Eminem loved him. They all loved him. Politicians were asking for his money. They were asking for his endorsement. People were hoping he would run for president. People looked to businessman Donald J. Trump as the American dream. Then things got so bad under Obama that businessman Donald J. Trump decided he would run for president of the United States, and he announced his candidacy on June 16th, 2015. They laughed at him. They mocked him. They said Trump will never win. Yet at the same time, they knew the massive threat that he would be to the agenda of the left. They knew that he would not and could not be bought. They knew that he meant business and he was not going to be playing around. So what did they do? They spied on him. They lied about him. They tried to frame him as a racist, tried to frame him as a bigot. They tried to convince the American people that he colluded with Russia to win the election. But the American people saw through that lie and voted for businessman Donald J. Trump to soon become President Donald J. Trump. During President Trump's presidency, they continued their unprecedented attacks. They impeached him on things that never happened. When Republicans were in control of the House and Senate, we had leadership that would not work with him because they did not like him. Despite so much being against President Trump, he still got so much done. He fought for the American people. He fought against the evils of child sex trafficking, brought back American jobs. We had low grocery and gas prices, and Americans were prospering. On December 11th, 2020, at 12:26 p.m., President Trump put on Twitter, "I just want this to stop the world from killing itself." This tweet shows the very reason for why businessman Trump decided to leave his life of luxury to undergo attack after attack after attack. It is because he truly loves not just the United States of America, but the whole world, and he wants it to stop it from killing itself. That same year he wrote that tweet, they released a virus to distract the American people so that they could take the election from President Trump. President Trump did what he was supposed to as commander-in-chief and look into the election, but they blamed him for trying to overturn an election, and they ended up impeaching him even after he was no longer president of the United States. President Trump took a break for a bit, but began doing rallies again. He would hint at a possible run, but would not say one way or the other. The people on the left, they laughed at him, but they did not try any shenanigans yet. Then on November 15th, 2022, he announced at Mar-a-Lago that he was once again running for president of the United States of America. After that, the legal nonsense came. Trial after trial, courtroom after courtroom, and now today, May 30th, 2024, a dark day in the United States of America. A day of sadness and a day of shame. The people who hate Trump decided to convict him of a crime that he never committed. This is a sham and we know it. This is evil and we know it. This is corrupt and we know it. They won't stop at President Trump, which is exactly why every voter needs to vote for President Trump on November 5th, 2024. What a sad day. I wrote that 9:20 p.m. on May 30th. It has 33.8 thousand views. And it's pinned on my Twitter, so please like that post. The world needs to see it. The world needs to understand the corruption that President Trump has gone through to get to where we are today. It's quite frankly one of the saddest things in the United States of America. And listen, they didn't just do this to President Trump. They did this to January 6ers. They're now doing it to Steve Bannon. They're doing it to Alex Jones. They did it to General Michael Flynn. They did it to Roger Stone. And Roger Stone and General Flynn were the test dummies so that they could do it to President Donald Trump, because they knew that if they got Roger Stone and General Flynn out of the way, they could possibly, maybe, just maybe, get President Trump out of the way. Well, it totally backfired. President Trump pardoned them, commuted their sentence, and President Trump has become one of the greatest presidents of the United States of America to this day. I believe that with my whole entire being. Guys, we're going to take a break real quick. If you go to mypillow.com and use the promo code GENZ, GENZ, all one word, you can get a discount of up to 66% off of your order. It's one of the best deals that you could ever have. MyPillow.com. Use that promo code GENZ, GENZ, all one word. You can get a discount of up to 66% off of your order. We'll be right back after this.
Looks like you've been sleeping well.
Megan, he's back. The My Pillow guy.
And you're looking good.
Still feeling good.
Well, just when you thought it couldn't get any better, we've got the best pillow ever, My Pillow 2.0. When I invented My Pillow, it had everything you'd ever want in a pillow. Well, now there's new technology that makes it even better. My Pillow 2.0 has my patented fill combined with a cooling fabric with temperature regulating thread. My Pillow 2.0 is truly the next generation of My Pillow.
Now's the time to go to mypillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use the promo code to save 50% on your MyPillow 2.0. Not only that, for a limited time, your entire order ships absolutely free.
You're sleeping even better.
And cooler, too.
And you're looking good.
Feeling good.
I knew you would.
MyPillow.com.
MyPillow.com, use that promo code GENZ, GENZ, all one word. You can get that discount for the MyPillow 2.0. And for this one, it is 50%, not up to 66%. It's 50% for the 2.0. You could also call 800-965-3418 to get that promo code, to get that discount. Breaking news. Apparently, according to Harry Sisson, which you should never take Harry Sisson seriously because he's an absolute idiot, an absolute moron. Yes, I believe that with my whole heart. He is making the claim that President Trump said that he knows that he did not win the election. There was a leaked audio that just came out today, and Harry Sisson is all over it. And President Trump said when we lost the election, well, when they took it from us, and proceeds with the conversation. And Harry Sisson decides to go all over it saying, oh, President Trump admits he knows he didn't win the election. That's a bunch of garbage. That's a bunch of nonsense. President Trump does not believe that he lost the election. I know that very, very, very firsthand, just with my friendships with people such as Roger Stone and General Flynn, people who are very close to President Trump. Conspiracy theory alert. Some people are saying that Doug Burgum is going to be the next vice president. If you go to trumpburgum.com, it takes you directly to President Trump's campaign site. It's interesting to take a look at, interesting to look into. I'm not sure who President Trump is going to pick. I don't know if President Trump even knows who he's going to pick, but what do you guys think? Who should be the next vice president of the United States? If I were to guess, if I were to choose, I would like it to be Tulsi Gabbard. I believe she makes a great case as to why people should leave the Democrat Party. I believe that she can bring in new voters, people who are more on the moderate, liberal-leaning side. I believe that she brings in the woman vote. I even believe that she would bring in the black vote as well. I believe that with my whole heart. I believe that Tulsi Gabbard would be the right option for President Trump. Is that going to happen? I have no idea. No one knows, and I'm not sure that President Trump even knows who he is going to choose for it. But we will see. Fiery Leo on YouTube says she likes Vivek. Vivek is good. I don't think that he's going to, I don't believe that he is going to be the vice president of the United States of America. It could happen, but I don't think so. Currently, while I'm waiting for Kim Yeater to come on, I'm just scrolling Twitter. If you guys have any ideas, anything that you want me to talk about, let me know, whether it be in the comments on YouTube, on Rumble, or on X. Let me know. President Trump just did an interview, about a 50-minute interview, maybe a little bit more than that, with the All In podcast. President Trump has been doing podcasts for a while now. He's been on the All In podcast most recently. He's been on Impulsive. He's been on Dr. Phil. He's been doing a lot of interviews recently, and a lot of them are very, very, very long interviews, long form content, something that Joe Biden can't do because it seems as if he can't even walk properly. It seems as if he can't even keep his business inside of himself until he gets to a restroom. How unfortunate. But President Trump just did this interview with the All In podcast. I have not had the opportunity to watch it yet, but some people are saying that it's an amazing interview. He talks about the economy, regulations, taxes, tariffs, inflation, de-dollarization, federal debt, foreign policy, abortion, COVID-19, the border wall, the JFK files, which is interesting, debate prediction, and then a post-interview debrief at the 50-minute mark. So this is, this is going to be interesting. Not a lot of people are talking about the JFK situation, but I believe that everyone should. I believe that it's very important, especially with President Trump. They hated JFK, and the reason why they hated JFK was because he went against the status quo, and President Trump is the only president, aside from probably Nixon and Reagan, that went against the status quo. And mark my words, they're going to try and kill him. They're going to try and kill President Trump if nothing else works. That's the next best move for them. That's what they have in mind. That's what they have in store. I believe that with my whole heart. They're going to try to kill President Trump just as they did with JFK, just as they did with Abraham Lincoln. Something else that is going on recently is RFK. RFK is, I guess, understandably upset as to why he's not going to be at the debate. But the reality is that RFK is not a serious candidate. He may be serious about running, and he may be convinced that he's going to win, but no one else is convinced that he is going to win, except for Jenna Ellis. And we all know how we feel about Jenna Ellis because she totally turned her back on President Trump. Well, RFK is not going to be able to make the debate stage, and the reason why is because he does not qualify for the debate stage. How unfortunate. The reason he doesn't qualify for the debate stage is, I don't know, people don't want RFK to be president, maybe? That's, that's an interesting idea, an interesting topic, something that, maybe more people should consider. Something that maybe more people should think about. The fact that RFK is not going to be the president because he is not conservative. He doesn't appeal to conservatives because he's not conservative. And they're going to go with Joe Biden on the left because he's the current president of the United States. Is Joe Biden going to be the nominee? Seriously doubt it. Probably going to be Michelle Obama or Gavin Newsom or maybe even Hillary Clinton. Who knows? But it's probably not going to be Biden. I'll say that. But RFK needs to realize that he is just about done, and he needs to hang it up. And he needs to hang it up now. I'm still waiting for Kim Yeater to come on the show. While I'm waiting, we're going to go back to that advertisement, mypillow.com. Use promo code GENZ, G-E-N-Z, all one word. You can get a discount of 50% off of the MyPillow 2.0. Watch this real quick.
Looks like you've been sleeping well.
Megan, he's back. The My Pillow guy.
And you're looking good.
Still feeling good.
Well, just when you thought it couldn't get any better, we've got the best pillow ever, My Pillow 2.0. When I invented My Pillow, it had everything you'd ever want in a pillow. Well, now there's new technology that makes it even better. My Pillow 2.0 has my patented fill combined with a cooling fabric with temperature regulating thread. My Pillow 2.0 is truly the next generation of My Pillow.
Now's the time to go to mypillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use the promo code to save 50% on your MyPillow 2.0. Not only that, for a limited time, your entire order ships absolutely free.
You're sleeping even better.
And cooler, too.
And you're looking good.
Feeling good.
I knew you would.
mypillow.com.
MyPillow.com, promo code GenZ, or you can call 800-965-3418 for that discount on your MyPillow. Mike Lee, he just put a poll on Twitter or X. He says, would you rather have the federal government do A, too little, or B, too much? And the obvious answer for 97% of the people who have voted so far says too little. We want the government to do little, not too much, because look at what too much has gotten us to at this point. It is very, very sad to see where we've come to as a country, and it's because the federal government has done too much, far too much, And they've interfered. They've interfered in elections. They've interfered with COVID. They've interfered with our lives. And it is truly a sad sight to see. Now, I met Scott Presler the other day, and Scott Presler is currently, well, not currently anymore, but he earlier today went to jail, and he put this on X. He says, "Oh my gosh, we just registered 8 voters at jail. At a jail, 6 out of the 8 chose to register at Republican. The other 2 did not choose a party. We are going back for round 2 with more inmates. Yes, we are actively courting the inmate vote. Get me into your jails." And that is exactly what we need to do. In Pennsylvania, felons, as long as they are out of prison by the time that that the election happens, they are allowed to vote. And so, because of that, Scott Presler is going to the jails and getting them registered to vote. And I think that is truly phenomenal. Scott, you're doing great work. I'm encouraged by you. I'm excited to call you a friend. And I'm glad that you're doing what you do. And I hope to join you next month in Pennsylvania to get more people to vote in the presidential election. We need it. We need the votes. We need the votes. We need the votes. We need the votes. So, about 6 hours ago, Turning Point Action posted a retweet from Senator Josh Hawley. Per sources, including one at CNN, the Biden campaign is trying to renegotiate the debate rules to allow Biden to be seated. This would be a major format change to what was agreed upon. Senator Hawley says he can't stand for 90 minutes, but he's 100% able to be president. Have fun explaining that. Turning Point Action says, who's making the decisions when Biden needs to be rebooted? I think what they're going to do is, for each of the State of the Union addresses, Joe Biden has done far better than expected that he would. And I think they're going to pump him up with drugs. I think they're going to put him on a set sleep schedule. I believe that's what they did for the State of the Union. And I think that they're going to do that again for the presidential debates to make Joe Biden look as good as possible for this debate with President Trump. Also, in the news today, President Trump will get to have the final word at next week's presidential debate in Georgia, hosted by CNN, due to a coin flip. Yes, they decided that on a coin flip, and President Trump won that, just like he is going to win the next election in the United States of America. Also breaking news today, Missouri Attorney General Andrew Bailey has just announced that he is suing New York for their direct attack on our democratic process through unconstitutional lawfare against President Trump. It's time for more attorney generals to step up and support President Trump. Man, oh man. Attorney generals in the state of Missouri have been just amazing. Eric Schmidt in 2020, when he sued the federal government for the COVID-19 overreaches, and then also the election. I'll keep what I'm saying, very minimal because I'm live on YouTube and don't want to get kicked off. But man, we need more attorney generals like Andrew Bailey and former Attorney General and now Missouri Senator Eric Schmidt. We need more people like that, more people to fight, more people to move forward. Wow. Roger Stone put this on X a little bit ago, I guess about 15 hours ago. Evidently, RFK's unqualified running mate, Nicole Shanahan, gave him the Mogambo, but didn't give him the cash. The independent candidate's bid is struggling with fundraising at all levels. I put this on X earlier today, that he's struggling with finances. The reason why he needs to drop out, for one, no one wants him. Number two, he doesn't have any cash to promote himself. And, well, people who are running a presidential campaign that don't have cash, they're not going to get anywhere. I interviewed one on my show just over about a year ago, a man who was running for president of the United States, E.W. Jackson, great man, amazing man, very great brother in Christ. Why he ran for president, I have no idea. He had zero shot in the first place, but he also didn't have money. And he cited that the lack of money actually, is what killed his campaign. And so if you're running for president, make sure you have money. And if you don't, please drop out, because you're wasting your time. You're wasting everyone else's time as well. Just in a few days, the gubernatorial race in the state of Utah is going to have its primary. It is current Utah Governor Cox versus Phil Lyman. And Phil Lyman is someone that people love, and he believes in better roads ahead for the state of Utah. That he wants to reduce or eliminate the tax burden on all Utahns. Utah ties to Minnesota for the 11th highest tax rate. He wants to do better. He wants to lower the state income tax. He wants to manage their public land efficiently, manage Utah's energy sources, and he wants to get them to where they are energy independent, and where energy independence can fund schools. He wants to respect the family's unique and comprehensive role, protect conscience and religious belief in the school. He wants to restore trust in the election system. He wants to nullify ICE regulations and support the sheriffs. I had the opportunity to interview a sheriff just the other day. That was a great conversation. Please go check it out. My interview with Sheriff Richard Mack from the great state of Arizona, where my father and my grandfather and grandmother are from. He wants to, but Utah, or hopefully future Utah Governor Phil Lyman, wants to stand against illegal immigration. He wants to support sheriffs. He wants to transfer control of public land to the state, keep their backcountry system of roads open, litigate poor federal management decisions, encourage institutional trust lands administration. He wants to lead the nation in providing energy solutions. He wants to lead as a leader of oil, gas, coal, and uranium, etc., etc. The reason why you should vote for Phil Lyman is because he is someone who is, he's not a lifelong politician. He's a businessman. He's a current state rep, but he's running for governor of the state of Utah because the current governor of Utah, Governor Cox, quite frankly, he sucks. He's not good for the state of Utah. He's just not good. Just 1 minute ago, Roger Stone put out an article. This is from 10:24 p.m. Eastern time. So this is just recent. Steve Bannon's bid to delay 4-month contempt prison sentence rejected by appeals court. How unfortunate for Steve Bannon. A federal appeals court panel on Thursday rejected longtime Donald Trump ally Steve Bannon's bid to stay out of prison while he fights his conviction for defying a subpoena from the House committee that investigated the U.S. Capitol attack. Bannon is supposed to report to prison by July 1st to begin serving his 4-month sentence for contempt of Congress. Why it's 4 months, no one actually knows. U.S. District Judge Carl Nichols, who was nominated by the bench by Trump earlier this month, granted prosecutors' request to send Bannon to prison after a three-judge panel of the U.S. Court of Appeals in the D.C. Circuit upheld his conviction. Bannon's lawyers have asked the appeals court to allow him to remain free while he continues to fight the conviction all the way up to the Supreme Court if necessary. Bannon was convicted nearly 2 years ago of 2 counts of contempt of Congress, one for refusing to sit for a deposition with the January 6th House Committee, and the other for refusing to provide documents related to his involvement in efforts by Trump, a Republican, to overturn his 2020 presidential election to Joe Biden, a Democrat. How unfortunate for Steve Bannon. Steve Bannon's new lawyers lose in bid to keep him out of prison. It's political persecution, unfortunately, for Bannon. They've been doing this for a long time to a lot of people, and Steve Bannon is the latest victim, unfortunately, for him. Guys, we're going to take a quick break. I'm going to get some water. While I'm getting water, please watch this advertisement from mypillow.com. Mypillow.com. Use that promo code Gen Z, GENZ, all one word, baby. You can get a discount of up to 66% off of your order, or if you do it for the MyPillow 2.0, it'll be 50% off of your order. I'll be right back after this.
Looks like you've been sleeping well,
Megan, he's back. The My Pillow guy.
and you're looking good.
Still feeling good.
Well, just when you thought it couldn't get any better, we've got the best pillow ever, My Pillow 2.0. When I invented My Pillow, it had everything you'd ever want in a pillow. Well, now there's new technology that makes it even better. My Pillow 2.0 has my patented fill combined with a cooling fabric with temperature regulating thread. My Pillow 2.0 is truly the next generation of My Pillow.
Now's the time to go to mypillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use the promo code to save 50% on your MyPillow 2.0. Not only that, for a limited time, your entire order ships absolutely free.
You're sleeping even better.
And cooler, too.
And you're looking good.
Feeling good.
I knew you would.
MyPillow.com. Use that promo code Gen Z, GENZ. You can get a discount of 50% off of your MyPillow 2.0 order. Or if you do anything else, it could be up to 66% off of your order. You can also call 800-965-3418. I'm going to do a share screen thing real quick. I want you guys to just look with me on the great X and just look at this with me, guys. Because, I just want to see what's going on with you all. If you can see that, please let me know in the live chat. I'm not sure if you can. It says you can, but I'm not exactly sure. So we're just going to scroll and scroll until Kim gets on here. Hopefully she does end up getting on here. Breaking 6 minutes ago from ALX, Donald Trump's campaign outraised Joe Biden by more than 60 million last month. President Trump is doing a great job at fundraising. And one of the reasons why is actually because of his convictions. Good job, President Donald Trump, for that. I am glad that you are continuing to fight hard and gain more and more support. Oh, look at that. Watch how the 2024 election will be Donald Trump against Michelle Obama from, let's look at this. Let's look at this real quick. It would be fun. Mm. Oh boy, oh boy. Let's see here. So here's the conspiracy theory or the idea that Michelle Obama could be the nominee. Could be interesting, could be intriguing. We'll see what happens with that. Still waiting on Kim. I hope she does end up coming on here because I do want to talk about Take Our Border Back. I think it's going to be one of the greatest events that the United States of America has seen in recent times. Nick Schroeder, while Biden is hiding out at Camp David doing 7 days of debate prep, Trump is on the ground in Cleveland, Ohio. Go Trump. Many people are claiming that his cognitive ability is not there and that he's losing it, but I would beg to differ. I had dinner with not President Trump. I would love to have dinner with President Trump. I had dinner with Roger Stone, and Roger's a good friend of President Trump. And guess what? According to Roger, President Trump is doing absolutely fine. He's doing great. There's nothing that we need to worry about as far as his health is concerned whatsoever. Biden now leading Trump nationally in 3-point shift, according to Fox News. Anyone believe that? I don't. I don't whatsoever. I think that's garbage. Guys, please, if you're watching on X, please like, share, and subscribe. We have 94 viewers right now. Please get that up. get that more have more. Apparently you guys cannot see my screen for some reason. Apparently that's not working for you guys. Let's stop the screen share and start it again, and hopefully it'll work this time. Let's see, start screen share, and then we'll do this. We'll do, aha, there we go. Let's try that. Maybe not. Maybe it's not going to work. I don't know. Presentation, maybe. There we go. Haha. There we go. This is awesome. This is great. I'm still learning Rumble Studio, so please bear with me. Guys, like I said, please follow me on X at Stone J Alex. Stone J Alex is what you need to do, what you need to go to find me. Man, there's a lot going on in this world, and I had the opportunity to interview a man by the name of Jake Nix today. Democrats are not Christians. Very true. I had the opportunity to interview a man by the name of Jake Nix today, and Jake is the founder of Make America Gospel Again. Make America Gospel Again. And that's exactly what we need in the United States of America. The way that we make America great again is by making it return to the gospel and to the founding principles, the biblical principles that we were founded upon in the first place. That's exactly what we need as United States of America citizens. And I talk about this all the time on my show, and I'm just going to talk about it again. As the church goes, so goes the nation. Well, where is the church? The church has refused to get involved. The church has refused to stand up, stand for the believer, stand for righteousness. Isaiah 5:20, woe unto you who call evil good and good evil, who put darkness for light and light for darkness, who put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. And it is so, so sad to see. I'm going to pull up this thing from the Take Our Border Back Rumble. I want you guys to watch. I want you guys to watch this testimony video. There's a woman by the name of Felicia who had the opportunity to attend the first one, and she is going to be attending the second one as well. And she gave her testimony on Twitter or excuse me, TikTok. And I had the opportunity to post it on Rumble because I am the social media coordinator for Take Our Border Back. So please watch this.
Support that you've been showing me. Hey y'all, I just wanted to come on here and say thank you for all of the love and support that you've been showing me. The woman you see today is only possible because a bunch of God-loving patriots came together for the Take Our Border Back convoy. We rallied together in 3 states to bring awareness and pray over this country, and it forever changed my life and so many more. I say all of that to invite you because we're doing it. Back Summit, now North America Alliance, bringing Canada, Mexico, and the USA together for breaking bread, table talk, and some much needed prayer. For all of the juicy details, go to takeourborderback.com. There you can donate and find other videos just like mine. The testimonies are never ending, and we want to hear yours next. So join us.
I hope you guys could hear that because it is such a powerful, powerful testimony that, she went to the Take Our Border Back convoy and it changed her life. It changed her heart. And that's exactly what we need as United States citizens. We need prayer in this country once again. And joining with the Take Our Border Back, she was reintroduced to prayer and it changed her life. And we need life change right now, more than ever in the United States of America. And man, just prayer is powerful, man. Prayer is so, so powerful. I'm just, scrolling Twitter here until Kim hopefully joins. She confirmed a little bit ago that she would join. I think she's obviously a little late coming on. It's about 10 or 7 o'clock her time, 8 o'clock her time, actually, almost. So we'll go a few more minutes if she doesn't join. It is what it is. If she does join, it'll be a great conversation. Thank you, JG, for the follow. I appreciate it. Guys, continue to leave your likes, continue to leave your comments. Please like, share, subscribe to my content to get the word out about it more. It helps out this show quite a lot, actually. Congressman Eli Crane, he was one of the speakers at the Turning Point Action Conference, the People's Convention, and he actually recited his favorite Bible verse and explains why. And Turning Point Action says we need more people like him in Congress, and that is exactly right. We need more Christians, more men of God in office. And many people will say, well, separation of church and state this, separation of church and state that. Christians can't be involved in government and in politics because of separation of church and state. Wrong, I say. The reason why it's wrong is because, well, separation of church and state was actually not in the Constitution of the United States, first of all. Second of all, it was actually coined by Thomas Jefferson when he was writing to the Danbury Baptist Association, and their fear at the Danbury Baptist Association was that the government would get involved and interfere with the church. And so Thomas Jefferson wrote that, and he said, no, separation of church and state is a thing, and what it is basically the government can't get involved in church affairs. Well, unfortunately, it has. But that's what separation of church and state is. It's not the other way around. Christians can be involved in government because we have the First Amendment. Interesting idea, right? It's almost as if that was what it was intended to be in the first place, where Christians, religious men, hardworking men, get involved in the government. We're going to go about let's say 5 more minutes before we end it. If Kim joins, then we'll have a great conversation. If not, then it's totally fine. I totally understand. It's only a Thursday night. So, guys, please like, share, subscribe some more. Keep liking on Twitter. Please keep sharing on Twitter. If you guys are watching on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, Locals, Rumble, please follow me on X at StoneJAlex. StoneJAlex. I want more followers there. I'm about to hit 15,000. I'm at 14.8. Yesterday I was at 14.7. So I hope by the end of the week I'll be at 15,000 followers. So please follow me there at StoneJAlex. 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 A new poll from Decision Desk headquarters put out about Arizona. President Trump is leading Joe Biden by about 4.5 points. President Trump is at 49.4 and Joe Biden is at 44.9. And this is the average based on 50 polls across the state of Arizona. And man, this is exciting. I just saw a poll recently today that Kari Lake is also doing good against Ruben Gallego. And I think Ruben Gallego may have shot himself in the foot just recently. He put out a tweet saying, quote, F your prayers. Which, why would you do that? You just turned off a lot of people by saying that. Apparently, according to this right here, Gallego does have a 4.8 lead based on 29 polls, 45.7 for Gallego, Lake with 40.9. I think Kari Lake will end up winning it. I think she will. I think she's going to get there. Unfortunately, I think all of these polls, except for Rasmussen, JL Partners, Public Policy Polling, and VC Creek, have Gallagher winning. The rest that I just mentioned have Carrie Lake winning. One of them has them at a 41% tie. So we'll see what happens there. That's a very important Senate race. But the very, very, very important one that we all need to look at is obviously that one. Then also the presidential, and President Trump is currently leading based on 50 different polls, the average of 50 different polls. It's 10:02. We'll give Kim 3 more minutes to join. If she does not join, then it is what it is. If she does, we'll have a great conversation. But like I said, please keep liking, keep sharing, keep subscribing. Follow me on X at StoneJAlex, StoneJAlex. You don't want to miss it. I have a lot of stuff coming out here soon. About to start putting out a lot of new content, reaction videos. I've just started doing reaction videos. I did a reaction video on YouTube the other week, and it got 1,500 views. I was very, very happy about that, considering the fact that I don't do much on YouTube. But that one, first video in a while, got 1,500. Was very, very happy about that. General Flynn released a movie recently called Flynn Movie. So please go check that out at flynnmovie.com. It's a great movie. It is a great, 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 great film. And actually, I think I have a promo code. If I do, I'm going to pull that up. If I do not, then it is what it is. But we will see in just a second. .com/Gen Z, maybe. Might be it. I'm not sure. We'll see. I don't think so. I don't remember what the promo code is. I'll figure it out and I'll get it to you guys on the next show. It might be promo code Alex. We'll see. Let's try that. That does not work either. So go just check the movie out, flynnmovie.com. Then also, like I've been saying, mypillow.com. Use that promo code Gen Z, GENZ, all one word. Oh my goodness! Kim Yeater is about to join. I am excited for this. And she just has to get her camera situated and her microphone situated, and we'll bring her up here in just a second. I'm so happy. I was about to end this live stream, then Kim Yeater decides to join very, very, very last second. I was very concerned that she was not going to make it. We'll give her a few seconds to get her microphone and her camera set up. And while she is doing that, please watch this MyPillow ad.
Looks like you've been sleeping well.
Megan, he's back. The My Pillow guy.
And you're looking good.
Still feeling good.
Well, just when you thought it couldn't get any better, we've got the best pillow ever, My Pillow 2.0. When I invented My Pillow, it had everything you'd ever want in a pillow. Well, now there's new technology that makes it even better. My Pillow 2.0 has my patented fill combined with a cooling fabric with temperature regulating thread. My Pillow 2.0 is truly the next generation of My Pillow.
Now's the time to go to mypillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use the promo code to save 50% on your MyPillow 2.0. Not only that, for a limited time, your entire order ships absolutely free.
You're sleeping even better.
And cooler, too.
And you're looking good.
Feeling good.
I knew you would.
mypillow.com.
MyPillow.com. Use that promo code Gen Z, GENZ, all one word. You can get that discount of up to 66% off of your order. Or if it's with the MyPillow 2.0, it'll be a 50% discount. You guys can also call that number. That number would be 800-965-3418. Kim is still getting her microphone and her camera set up. We'll just continue to scroll through Twitter until then. She's almost there. She got her OBS camera turned on. I'm looking at it right now. She's figuring it out. She's doing great. Kim, you're doing great. We can hear you. We can hear you.
Oh, you can see.
We can't see you yet.
Thing. It won't switch out of OBS.
Interesting.
For whatever reason.
You can just keep trying to figure it out. We can.
Okay.
Well, I'm still
Keep
just
playing with the buttons,
scrolling
eh?
through Twitter, looking at the
All right,
news,
here's what I'm
talking to my
gonna do.
audience about the news. So take as much time as you need to get it figured out. If not, you can just use your laptop camera, your regular laptop. That's all right. Oh my goodness, there you are. Yes, 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 yes. Let's go to this. Let's do that. Wonderful. Kim, how are you? You are muted now. Your microphone is not working now. Let's see. You got it. You're doing great. Still can't hear you. Nope.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you. Kim, how are you?
Oh my goodness, you guys. I just got off a team meeting. Forgive me. Forgive me for my tardiness. We had all the states and countries together, and it was a hubbub, and it was amazing.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes. I'm excited. I'm very glad. I'm excited to talk to you about this. If you guys are just now joining Kim Yeater, she's the host of the Take Your Power Back show, and she is also the founder and the visionary behind Take Our Border Back, and now most recently Take Our Border Back North America Alliance, Table Talk and Prayer. And man, I'm excited about this. I'm excited about this event. I'm so glad I get to do your social media for it and promote it everywhere. Kim, could you tell my audience about, well, first of all, who you are, what you do, and then why Take Our Border Back?
Absolutely. Well, first of all, Alex, thank you so much for having me here. It's always an honor. I just love you so much. You're such a warrior, and I love that we get to do life together. It's pretty awesome.
It is.
And so I have a radio show called Take Your Power Back Show. It is in Abilene, Texas, Odessa. We were here in San Diego, and then I am on podcast platforms as well. So I've had the privilege of broadcasting from Frank's speech with Mike Lindell, which was awesome, running back and forth at CPAC broadcasting, and then having my shows on Thursdays, through One America Mom. And I'll tell you what, it is an absolute privilege to really help support and be a part of the Take Our Border Back steering committee. And, I have to just say, I got to correct you. I have to say that God was the visionary and he brought people together. And I'll tell you what, I was broadcasting at the time where all this stuff was happening on the border. And I remember adding in 7-minute segments to my show, and it was live border news because I really felt like, listen, I'm so not into politics. I'm into truth, right? But I really felt like what was happening at our border was like, do we not see we're being invaded? How this is not safe. It's not safe for our children. It's not safe for our communities. Something's wrong here. And so I had a guy that was on the border and he was broadcasting live from the border. And so for me, getting that information out was vital, but it was at the moment I was at CPAC. And I was squeezed in the middle of an interview between Derek Maltz and Tom Holman, Border 911. And I'm going back and forth, and I could feel the heaviness from them of how this was weighing on them, that these guys couldn't even do the job that they were called to do to protect the country, right? And I remember saying to Tom Holman, Tom, are we going to be able to take this country back? And it's funny because you know what Tom said to me? He says, Kim, he says, I talk to President Trump all the time. And he goes, President Trump called me the other day. And he said, Tom, are we going to be able to take this country back? And I said, I turned to him and said, Coach, send me in. Send me in when you're ready. Tom says it'll take about 6 to 9 months to kind of reverse what's happened. We can't reverse the damage of Lake and Riley. We can't reverse the damage of the woman that was just killed, Rachel Morin in New Jersey, a mom of 5, murdered by an illegal immigrant that came in from Ecuador, murdered someone there, hurt people in LA, and then just got found in Oklahoma. I just did a show. It's coming up this Saturday. It's going to be on the radio. I just interviewed the FBI agent and the best friend of Rachel Morin.
Wow.
And you guys have got to hear this story. It is so powerful. But even to see the hand of God, that it was on the celebration of Rachel Morin's birthday, instead of mourning her, they got together to celebrate her, and they got together to pray. And they prayed that God would bring the killer, that they would bring this person out into the open so that he would be caught. But they prayed for his repentance, that he would have a radical repentance and turn his heart back to God. Right? So amazing. Well, that same day, Alex, the same day they found this guy's DNA in a case in LA. That was when things began to open, and then lo and behold, he was just caught. So now these things are not reversible at all. But there are things we can reverse. We
Yeah.
can take those that came in during open border and exit them out of the country safely back to their homes. We got to figure out how to do that with the children, to where their children are really safe. But we know that most of the people coming in are men of fighting age. Listen, I'm in San Ysidro. So in San Ysidro right now, our borders are overrun. That's San Diego, California, absolutely overrun. It's scary. I mean,
Yeah.
guys, here's the reality. We have Chi-Com here in a military town, military city. Okay. It's not good. They're being trained in to El Cajon, and they've got their people waiting for them and picking them up.
Yeah.
It's bad. The entire Ramada Inn shut down. We've got illegal immigrants living there. So it's pretty horrible. But it wasn't until that interview with Tom Holman and Derek Maltz that I went to the border the next day. We were fully geared. We saw it with our own eyes. We saw the ambassadors to the US literally coming over with illegal immigrants from other countries translating. Where do you see that? We've seen dog tags, passports left at the border. Did you know? One of the things that was left in Afghanistan was all the intel of all of those people on our wanted list. And did you know that those visa making machines were left there?
Wow.
Interesting when you really take a look. So we came back from the border, and if you see the picture, on the website at Take Our Border Back, North America Alliance, which we've just created, partnering with USA, Canada, and Mexico, that picture that you see that we used with our Take Our Border Back Southern Border Convoy, that's the photo that I took at the border.
Yeah.
And it was really a moment from God, because God said, go have them stand at the border. Had them declare out, close the border, close the border, close the border. That's exactly what they did. Words have the power to bring life or death. The words we speak are the choice morsels we eat. We spoke it into existence. God is the visionary. We are co-creators with Christ. So we came back. Mark Anthony, one of my best friends, Mark does all of our security on our steering committee team. Mark gets on a show. Mark says out of his mouth leaves before he can even catch it, we're going to do a convoy. We're going to do a Take Our Border Back convoy. We're taking this border back. He calls me. He goes, Kim, I just said we're doing a convoy. Like, you did not. You did not. He said, I did. I said, okay, well, let's just take a look at this. So, Alex, that's what we did. We took a look. We took a really good look. And then we began to call those that we knew we'd be aligned with. Scotty Sachs, Mark Istertoff, Sovereign Radio. We created Take Our Elections Back. We worked closely with Dr. Douglas G. Frank and Mike Lindell's teams. We've done events all last year where we brought them in and we disclosed selection code, right? The Rosetta Stone of election.
And I will say, just since you're talking about elections, we are live on YouTube. I don't want to get banned yet, because I believe that there's an audience that we need to reach on YouTube. So just be selective with the language, so we don't get kicked off.
I got that. I love YouTube. YouTube, thank you for all that you do. And thank you that you kicked me off, because it just opened up so many other opportunities.
Amen.
But we don't want Alex to get kicked off yet. Not at all. Let's just cancel that right now in the name of Jesus.
Come on.
Amen. Oh, man.
All right, you can continue. Just wanted to make that clear.
Yeah, so good, Alex. I love your hat, by the way. So good.
Thank
so
you.
Good.
Thank you.
And so that was the beginning, pulling in Mark and Scotty. And then, Noelle and I met at AmFest. And I thought, I really like, Noelle Roberts. There's something really special about her. And so I pulled her in, to help support. And because I knew I'd need the help and there was a lot of work it was going to take all of us. And then Mark and I looked at one another. We both said, Robert Agee, Robert Agee, Betters 911. That is your core steering committee for the Take Our Border Back Southern Border Convoy across America. And this new one, and by the way, we had about 10,000 participants. We had 3 rallies. We had people drive in from Canada, from Australia, fly in from Australia. We reached tens of millions. You can check out our takeourborderback.com website. You'll see all the interviews, Tucker Carlson, you name it. We had Doc Pete Chambers. I mean, it was incredible. Well, you'd think that would fix the problem. We did go from crickets on the mainstream media to them actually talking about the border. I remember Ivan Raiklin running up to me at CPAC. He goes, he goes, you know what happened? I said, what's up, Deep State Marauder? And Ivan's like, you understand why Mayorkas, they began the impeachment of Mayorkas, don't you? He said, it's because we, the people, stood up. We saw what you did with Take Our Border Back. Just really incredible. And we saw the border closed with Governor Abbott in Texas. So there was an impact, but there's still an issue because the current administration is allowing open borders. So when we hear this order by the current administration that we're going to limit it, we're closing the border, they're still letting in close to 3,000 people a day, guys. That's 1 million a year. Plus, they're not counting those that they're flying in. And speaking of flying in, I was at CPAC. 45 interviews in 3 days, running back and forth between Frank's speech, Citizen Media News, and the Take Your Power Back show, right? So here I was at CPAC, just finished up. Alex, I was done. I was cooked. Bars all weekend long. Last one to leave Media Row. I'm walking up the stairs, and God says, you're not done yet.
Come on.
God, what do you mean I'm not done yet? I've been eating bars all weekend long. I'm having this conversation, right? And I said to my team, guys, I'm going to be back with you in just a little bit. I just believe that God, I'm going to be obedient because he always blesses us. Well, I ran into a friend of mine who introduced me to the well-decorated Canadian military. These were the guys with the Bravery Award, Eddie Cornell. The Nobel Peace Prize Award, these guys were warriors. They had plastic bullets shot at them in the midst of their Canadian convoy. Not to mention, many of them were beaten. Well, all of them were there. And do you know what they said to me, Alex?
What'd they say?
Your eyes are on the southern border. You've got to look north. They have been flying them in for 5 years. China has already set up shop. That hit me, Alex. God sent me. Here I am, coach. Send me. Put me in. Put me in. I'm not sitting on the bleachers. Here I am, coach. I'm a basketball player. I'm a kickboxer. Here I am, coach. Put me in. Right. And it was amazing because I stayed a couple of days and then we plan to really take our countries back to restore our sovereignty. And I got in the plane. I was about 40,000 feet above the air. I'm texting Tom Holman. I'm on, working with my team. We've got Wi-Fi. And I'll tell you what, Alex, it was in that moment that it was the creation of the Take Our Border Back North America Alliance.
I love that.
Canada, USA, and Mexico. We joined forces together, restoring our nation's sovereignty, the sovereignty of the people, distinguishing where sovereignty comes from God.
Yep.
Bringing God
Amen.
back, keeping
Amen.
the main thing, and holding our elected officials accountable, holding our governments accountable, and restoring that power back to the people. So really powerful what we're doing, and we're breaking bread across the countries, 3 nations, 5 states, 2 cities in Mexico, and 2 provinces in Canada. Breaking bread, table talk.
I love it. I have this video pulled up. I want to see.
Show it.
Let me know
Love
if you can hear it. I'm not sure if my audience would be able to hear it. I'm not sure if you'll be able to hear it. But let me know. Can you hear it?
I hear it. Yep. What's up?
beloved, on earth as it is in heaven.
Forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine art the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever.
Five
Man,
events, 3 countries, 1 goal.
and I'm gonna pause it. I'm gonna zoom in on this. Well, I was gonna zoom in on that. Let's rewind just a little bit
There
and
we
look at this. June 29th, San Ysidro, California, USA, and Tijuana, Mexico. July 27th, Texas and Mexico. August 24th, Shelby, Montana, USA, and Couts, Alberta, Canada. September 28th, Youngstown, New York, and Niagara Falls. October 19th, Yuma, Arizona, and San Luis Rio, Colorado. Then November 28th, Canada, USA, Mexico to be announced. TakeOurBorderBack.com is the website that you'll go to. I'm gonna pull up this testimony video. I tried to play it last night, it didn't work, but I'm gonna play it now because it's so powerful and,
Oh,
and
it is so good.
beautiful. So watch this so just closely.
Hey y'all, I just wanted to come on here and say thank you for all of the love and support that you've been showing me. The woman you see today is only possible because a bunch of God-loving patriots came together for the Take Our Border Back convoy. We rallied together in 3 states to bring awareness and pray over this country, and it forever changed my life and so many more. I say all of that to invite you because we're doing it again. Take Our Border Back Summit, now North America Alliance, bringing Canada, Mexico, and the USA together for breaking bread, table talk, and some much needed prayer. For all of the juicy details, go to takeourborderback.com. There you can donate and find other videos just like mine. The testimonies are never ending, and we want to hear yours next. So join us.
God, it's amazing. I love her. I love her I've watched it probably a million times at this point. That the woman that we see today in Felicia is because
Yeah.
of Take Our Border Back convoy, guys. If you go to rumble.com /C/Take Our Border Back, you can find their Rumble. Also go to takeourborderback.com. I'll go back to that website so you guys can look at it. Table talk, breaking bread, and prayer with USA, Canada, and Mexico. It's almost as if no one's really actually tried that before. The way that you guys are trying it, and I'm excited. We have 3 flyers, one in Spanish for Mexico. We have an exclusive one for the United States of America and an exclusive flyer for Canada. Check that out at takeourborderback.com. We are igniting a national conversation. The Biden administration's wide open southern border policy has led to one of history's biggest migrations of people at one time. The invasion of individuals from all over the world has now overwhelmed America's system, and we're taking it back. We're taking our border back. We're taking our southern border back, our northern border back, and we're going to join with people, hold hands with people, break bread, table talk, and pray. And it is so needed today in this culture where it's almost as if talking to people is discouraged. That if you disagree, on Trump versus Biden or this versus that, you're encouraged to hate each other and not talk to each other whatsoever. But instead, we're going about this differently. We're going to talk to each other. We're going to pray with each other. And because of that, it's going to ignite life change. I believe it's going to ignite revival. And I believe it
Yes,
change the
Alex.
United States of America
That's
for the
right.
better for a very, very, very long time. I believe that with my whole heart, Kim.
Come on. So powerful. You know, what people don't know about Felicia, one, yes, she's extraordinary. And two, Felicia's husband was killed by a Mack truck head on a year ago. And she was left as a single mom of three. It was really tough. Her mom was a J6er as well.
Wow.
And so Felicia was angry at God. And she heard about Take Our Border Back, and she said, I'm going to the border. I am going to go to the border. I am not letting anybody come over that border. It was like the anger was channeled, you know? And so she makes her way down and she's like, why are they not at the border? You know, why aren't they at the children's ranch in Quamato? And it was so powerful because that ranch had been prayed up. So
Yeah.
when people entered that space, you could feel the move of God.
Yeah.
That's really what you felt. Her
So-
life was transformed that weekend. Forgiveness. She was able to just let go of the pressure she put on herself, the story coming from a religious world or a legalistic world that I have to earn my love from God. I need to pray better. I need to fast more. And she almost died fasting when her husband before they had to pull the plug on her husband. She literally fasted to the point where she stopped drinking water because she kept feeling like maybe I'm not doing it good enough.
Wow.
Do you know what I mean? So it was like that internal messaging. So God just brought such healing to her. And really, that's what it's going to take. That's why Second Chronicles is our scripture. If my people, those who are called by my name will humble themselves and turn from their wicked ways, then I will hear their voice and heal their land.
Yes.
Like that's what it is. We've got to put the first things first. We can't play religion. This is not religion. This is about a relationship.
Come on.
And when we've got a relationship with God, it makes all the relationships so much better.
Amen.
Sometimes it's not easy because there's always opposition, but God is refining
so
us
right.
in the midst of it. So this movement is really incredible. And it is a movement. And I have to tell you, Alex, do you remember you saw the date of Niagara Falls, the date of Youngstown, New York, and Canada? We're meeting on the Rainbow Bridge. And if you scroll up, there it is. We're meeting on the Rainbow Bridge. And let me tell you what, we're taking the rainbow back, baby. We're taking it back.
I love that. On the November 28th one? Or the September 28th one.
That's the
Niagara
September
Falls.
28th. And what I want people to know, which is so important, Alex, is this is not a rah-rah event. Sorry, it's not. We don't have time for rah-rah. We've
No.
all been at lots of events and they've been amazing. And there's a time and season for everything under heaven. This is about prayerful, peaceful, constitutional action. We have 7 key topics we're bringing to the table, and we're bringing the warriors in to speak. We have our first topic is sovereignty, God and the Constitution, restoring sovereignty, distinguishing sovereignty. What does it mean to be a sovereign nation, a sovereign state? What does it mean to be a sovereign individual, right? Where does that sovereignty come from? No, it doesn't come from government. Sorry. It comes from God, our creator. Our Constitution was built upon that foundation. Now imagine you've got these 2 swords, Alex, right? You've got God's word and you've got the Constitution. Well, if you don't know how to wield the sword, how the heck is it going to be useful for you? We need to read God's word, put it into action, apply it. Jesus says, those who obey my commands are really my disciples. It's them that they know the truth, and the truth will set them free.
Yeah.
And then the Constitution, in most cases, it's overwhelming. How do we even know the Constitution? Thank God for my pocket Constitution. I utilize this all the time. I'm learning, and I'm learning to implement it. Thanks, Lloyd Brunson. Love you, Lloyd. He's a dear friend. So, that's our first topic, and we actually are bringing in Rick Green's team. Tony Shook is amazing. So she's going to teach on the Constitution and equip the people. Every speaker has 2 questions that they get to ask the audience.
Come on.
and audience participation. We're pairing together and we're doing it round table, family style, right?
Perfect.
And we're going to bring the conversation to the table because by the time we get to November, these conversations are happening across the countries, really the world, because the world is looking to us. So when we're going to break bread on Thanksgiving with our families and our neighbors, we're going to shore you up with how to bring these table talking points to the conversation in a way that's not confrontive, in a way that's not leaving people bad and wrong, but it's empowering them. It's creating a safe space to have the real conversations. So
Yeah.
we're talking sovereignty. We're talking fifth generation warfare. We're bringing in the
Yeah.
big dogs. We've got
Mm.
Michael Flynn Jr. is looking at his schedule right now.
Come on.
We have Dave Hodges. If you don't know him, Common Sense Media. He's awesome. Dave he's incredible. He's going to come in and speak on this. He's actually been disclosing a lot of intel you'll find on his spaces lately, and it's the real lowdown. So he's going to be talking about that, and it's important that we understand what we're dealing with and that we know how to tool and educate the people around us. Because let me tell you, it is clear that there is a great deception coming. The Bible talks about it. And I'll just tell you the pandemic. I'm thinking of the words I can say on YouTube.
Yeah.
I didn't say plan, but
You're doing
anyway.
great. You're doing
Okay.
great.
And that what was I just saying with that? The fifth generation warfare. And so really shoring them up so that we don't get deceived, because that was really a peppering for what's to come. Okay.
Right.
That's important. So we've got the big dogs on that. We also have global agenda, the NGOs, the UN, the World Health Organization, the IMF, all of it. We're going to be bringing those things to the table so that people are equipped. So I was just in Geneva. And I just met with 10 attorneys. I went to the Inspire Global Leadership Summit. I was one of the broadcasters there and participated in the table talks. And this was the 8 billion taking their power back from the globalists, right?
Yeah.
Declaring their sovereignty. And I'll tell you what, it was so powerful because these attorneys were standing up against the World Health Organization. And the reality is, if the current administration signs on, if we were to have a pandemic, well, we would be giving up our sovereignty is exactly what we'd be doing. The people need to understand this, and they need to know how to take their power back so that doesn't happen again. 3 of the articles there had passed. So they're working on passing this and having all the nations sign on. It's very important that we understand that our sovereignty can be taken like that. And we have got to say no and stand up. So we've got John Schock. He is amazing. He's the National Director of Action for the John Birch Society. He will be speaking on this. And our first event is on the 29th, by the way. California, show up. CNN is there. CNN has been interviewing our team. They're doing a documentary. Listen, we know it's CNN. God doesn't put people in my pathway unless he's moving the hearts of the people. We've had incredible conversations. We're developing relationships and empowering them to stand in truth regardless of the cost. Okay. I do believe that there's truth that's going to be delivered here. They're going to be at our event in San Ysidro. So let's show up in the Groves, guys. We also have Fox that's going to be there. Okay. So that's John Schock. Now, election integrity, Mike Lindell, Dr. Douglas G. Frank, Cause of America, Patriot Force, Urson Russell. We're bringing in the big dogs. We've got people like them speaking at these events, okay? And we're going to talk about the 7 steps of election integrity, the 7 steps to take our elections back. And these are transferable. They're awesome. And we definitely want to be having this conversation, especially right now. So that's important. We're going to have a lunch break. It's a working lunch break, and we're talking local security and national security. So we're going to break bread together. We're bringing in the local specialists, the sheriffs. We're bringing in the deputies. We're bringing in the border patrol. We're bringing in Sean Wilson, who has a kind of a national security team. He'll be speaking on stuff that's happening. And then we're bringing in our Vietnamese community. They're going to tell you what it's like to live under communism.
Oh.
Okay,
Wow.
pretty amazing. We'll go right after that into our next segment. And these are about 30 minutes long. So, except for like that lunch break. So, in the next round, it's a game changer. Remember the old neighborhood watches? You're too young, Alex. You probably don't remember the neighborhood watches, but the signs are still there in your neighborhood.
Yeah, we still have them in my neighborhood.
Yeah, exactly. So the neighborhood watches, I'm not sure how active they were, but I will tell you this. It's time for our community security and protection. So this is kind of like your community security in a box, how to establish that in your communities. It is imperative that we're doing that right now. It is constitutional. In
Yes.
California, we can't use the M word. Okay. We will get shut down with anything like that. But what we're really doing is we want to create these communities where we're bringing the sheriffs and the board of supervisors in. You know, it is constitutional and we're creating safe communities. That's very important at this point. And the last but not least, we're working on our border 911 teams like Victor Avila. We also have Commander Jay Furman. If
Yes.
you don't know him, he's the bomb, you guys. He was the whistleblower for the vaccines in the military and the border. I'm just going to give you a little secret. What's coming to the table here, you're going to absolutely want to be a part of, because what we have on the table is going to go to shift legislature. It's going to shift laws, and it's your voice, the people's voice, to be heard. It's exciting. And then last but not least, Craig Salmon Sawyer, Veterans for Child Rescue. What's happening with
that.
children?
I
It
love
is just a travesty. The Bible says to set
It
the
is.
captives free.
Mhm.
So we're going to see a lot of shifts, as you all know. These kids need a safe place. We need to know that the moms, the people that are being trafficked are being rescued. And you actually are going to learn some things that you can call things out and spot things out on your watch. It's going to take all of us. So at our last Take Our Border Back Southern Border Convoy across America, we had some revelers show up from Black Lives Matters. And do you know that was extinguished like that because we the people came together? So that's what it's going to take. It's we the people. And we have high level security here, eyes in the sky. It is going to be a prayerful, peaceful, constitutional action assembly. Once we finish that, Alex, guess what? We're
We're
marching
doing
to
it again.
we're marching to the border. And we are meeting with Mexico, who's doing the same thing on the other side. And we are going to have communion together, and we're going to pray and declare our land. We're
I
going
love
to take
that.
our land back in Jesus' name.
That's
What we're going to
beautiful.
do. So maybe you're like, well, I'm not a Jesus follower. Get your butt here. You're a freedom follower.
Come on.
There's
I
one
love it.
God, one Lord, one Savior. Let's get yourself here. So it's going to
Amen.
be amazing. TakeOurBorderback.com, and then we're going to come back to worship. It's going to look different in every state because we're marching, but in other states, they're convoying to the border. Can you imagine the Rainbow Bridge?
Man, that's exciting.
I'm so excited what God's doing.
Kim, I'm excited. I'm excited for this. I'm excited for you guys. How can people support Take Our Border Back, and how can people find you and on your show?
I love it. I love it. Well, I'll tell you what, every cent counts. We can't do this without we the people. We take responsibility. We have a trust that we use. We let it roll over to help for this one. But we still need money to help support these events now more than ever. Don't wait. If you want to support Texas, start now. If you want to support Montana, start now. So grateful for those that have already donated and given so generously. You can go to givesendgo.com/take our border back. That's givesendgo.com/take our border back. Every penny counts. And I mean, literally, it goes to pay for the videoing, it goes to pay for the stage, it goes to pay for the food to feed the people. And I really believe God's going to multiply the food. We're doing Greek food, by the way, at our San Ysidro event. And I'm so excited. It's going to be incredible. And I'll tell you, do you know the police and the Border Patrol are so excited? We've had Border Patrol that have said to us, get your families in order. Right? Guys, we've got a short window of time. I don't know if we're going to make it to the elections. I don't know if we're going to make it to all these events. But it's imperative that we show up, that we play full out right now, that we are a stand for freedom when we get right with God.
Yeah. It's so good.
So for me, for my show, it's takeyourpowerbackshow.com. So you got to want to listen in to the interview I just did with Rachel Morin's best friend and the FBI agent. You want to hear this. It's a miracle story, even though it's a tragedy. It's bittersweet, but you got to hear it. If all goes well, we're going to pull in the Morin family to show up at these events and get them supported right now. So takeyourpowerbackshow.com. Listen in. I'm on Rumble. I'm on CloudNet. I brought Alex in to help me because I can't do it all. I need help. I got to resource up. I mean, for the amount of work I do, we got to get it out there, and I need help getting it out there and bringing the truth into the light. And like I said, I'm not about politics. I'm about truth. And let's really bring the truth into the light. So takeourborderback.com. We'd love for you guys to join us. Please do. This is not just another event. This is all of us now for such a time as this. Let me share this with you, Alex. I'm going to close with this on my part. 2 dreams. A year ago, I had a dream. God has used my dreams to wake me up. I literally lived out Isaiah 54. I became that single mom of 3 who almost died in my 3rd pregnancy. I became a Christian on that journey. I made Jesus the Lord of my life. No longer was I'm not good enough driving the bus of my life.
Mm-hmm.
I gained who I was as a daughter of the King.
Come on.
On that journey, that was the real awakening for me. And hang on, I feel like I'm losing my story because that was an important moment that I wanted to be able to share with you guys.
Mm-hmm.
But I shared that with you guys because of the dream. And God's used the dream to show me how real the spiritual battle is. And I was standing across the expanse of the sky. I was standing in the center, and all I saw was the entire sky. This was a year ago. And I saw all the stars. And I saw from right to left. So whether that's east to west or west to east, and I think it was west to east, I saw something head straight up in the sky on the right. And it was like a yellow or an orange-like missile or something. It came straight up and over in a perfect arch and came down and landed on the left. And poof, it exploded. And there was no sound. It was only visual, but I heard the words, "The shot heard around the world." And I didn't catch the ending. And I thought that was what I heard. And I said, Father, I leaned in, Father God, what is it that you're saying? What are you saying? And it was so loud, Alex, the shot heard around the world. My whole room was like reverberating. And I shook my husband. I'm from Boston, okay? So I heard the shot heard. I remembered a little bit of it, and I woke my husband up. Rick, the shot heard around the world. Shot heard around the world. Well, God is amazing, you guys, because
Yes, he is.
within a week, 2 confirmations. Lewis Hebron, I am at a vision rally. And I thought I would be heading up the election integrity section because that was the area I was working in. But no, there were so many people there. I said, God, where do you want me? And I went over to the communications area. And the director said, Kim, you want to meet Lewis Hebron. He is the author. He's amazing. Lewis shared his books with me. And he shared something that caused me to share the dream. Lewis said, Kim, do you know the last chapter of the book I just wrote? The shot heard around. It's coming out of his mouth. And the speaker on the stage starts to speak. I look over as it's coming out of his mouth. The screen on the stage says the shot heard around the world. Not only did it give me a confirmation, it gave Lewis Hebron a confirmation. You guys, we need to be ready, not in fear, in love. The time we have is right now. This is our David and Goliath time. This is our Jericho time, walls of Jericho. This is our Red Sea moment. This is our Esther moment for such a time as this.
I love that. Esther 4:14. Let's go. Come on. Kim, thank you so much for really taking time to come on my show this evening and talk about this. I got a comment on YouTube from Fiery Leo, thank you for leaving your comment. She's asking what the dates are for this again. Let me just pull up this screen again so you guys can see.
Yep.
Um,
The
on the Take Our
29th,
Border
June
Back. Yep.
29th on takeourborderback.com. June 29th is our first one. So that's next Saturday. And that's 10 to 5. And that is, you can go to the website for all the details on that. And then you're going to see after that, we're in Texas. We're in Dripping Springs with Doc Pete Chambers, Colonel Phil Waldron, Pastor Rod, and Suzanne Parker. That's going to be in Dripping Springs at one shot. And then we're going to convoy to the border. That's July 27th. August 24th is Shelby, Montana. What an amazing team there. And Coots, Alberta, Canada. And then after that, we are going on the October, which one is that one? Youngstown, New York, September 28th after that. And Niagara Falls, that's on the Rainbow Bridge. So we'll have those events individual. We'll meet a convoy to the Rainbow Bridge. And then October 19th is Yuma, Arizona. And we're going to convoy after the event to San Luis Rio, Colorado, Mexico. And on Thanksgiving Day, at this point, the entire countries are activated. Listen, we've got people across the world that are following us. When I was in Geneva, I drove up to the roads. I drove the roads of France to where all of the convoyers are for the road to Geneva were. So I remember walking in with my Take Our Border Back flag, and the room started screaming and shouting, all the truckers, all the convoyers, all the people from the Netherlands and Germany. It was amazing. I had a couple of minutes to share, and it was really powerful. And I got to pray over them and gift them our Take Our Border Back flag. Do you know what they said to me?
What did they say? Well, you took your glasses off.
America, took the glasses off. They said, America, please stand up. Please stand up. If you go down, we go down.
Yep.
Please stand up.
Right.
Over and over and over. And I'll tell you what, these guys drove in the next day. They flew our Take Our Border Back flag into Geneva, the belly of the beast. Jesus' name, we are taking it back. Come on.
Come on.
And I'll tell you what, the way that they took care of us was incredible. I got to carry their flag in the rally all the way through. It was really special. It's about all of us. We the people are taking our nations back.
Yes, we are. There were about 240 or 200 some people watching on X, and a few watching on Rumble, Locals, YouTube, Facebook, Twitch as well. Guys, go check what Kim is doing and at takeourborderback.com. I'm gonna go back to the website one more time so you guys can get a good look at it. I'll also take you to their donate page on Give, Send, Go as well. Let me just get to that. It's somewhere in here. Let's see. Financials, maybe. Let's see. Click to donate. There we go.
Click to donate right there. And, Alex, you know what I didn't tell you? We have an amazing sponsorship page. So people can go to givesendgo.com/take our border back. But let me just tell you, I don't know if you guys know about our last round, but hello, our major sponsor was an amazing pizza place, and they just had so much business. You guys, Great American Pizza, they are awesome. So you want to be a sponsor. We have sponsor packages, and it's going to go to making these events happen. So you can if you go to the takeourborderback.com and you click on Summit. When you click on Summit, he's right there. He's walking you through. We have 500 all the way to $100,000 of title sponsor. We haven't chosen our title sponsor yet. So we're looking at a couple of people. If you want to be our title sponsor, get on our shows. You will have a speaking spot as well. I mean, you guys, we're going to get you absolutely everywhere on our flags, our banners. You definitely want to be a sponsor. So please go to takeourborderback.com. We'd be honored to have you guys as a sponsor. This is We the People coming together for such a time as this.
Kim, this is beautiful. Thank you so much for taking time to come on my show. Guys, go check it out. Takeourborderback.com. and then also take our border back, or excuse me, givesendgo.com/take our border back. Donate. They've already raised 170,000, but we need more
And
support.
that was really for the first convoy. We raised
That was the-
167 for our first convoy, which went to our first convoy in the rallies. So we've only got a couple thousand in there so far.
Okay.
Right?
Then
So that'd be
let's keep
awesome.
it going. Let's keep it. Let's
Yeah,
get
and
160
Alex,
more thousand.
thank you for having me. And
All
by
right,
the
man.
way, you guys, best show ever. Alex's show, best show ever. Alex,
you.
you're the rock star. I just love you.
You're the rock star,
Such a
Kim.
mighty
Thank you so
warrior.
much. Guys, thank you so much for taking time to watch tonight. You know, this is something that I want to do for the foreseeable future, doing late night live streams. I won't be able to do anything next week. I'm taking my youth group to youth camp. So I'll have a fun time, a little bit of a break from my show, but I'll be back the following week. Guys, just a reminder, if you go to mypillow.com and use promo code GENZ, GENZ, all one word, you can get a discount of up to 66% off of your order. Please watch this ad and consider purchasing a MyPillow 2.0. Watch this ad. We'll be right back after this.
Looks like you've been sleeping well,
Megan, he's back. The My Pillow guy.
and you're looking good.
Still feeling good.
Well, just when you thought it couldn't get any better, we've got the best pillow ever, My Pillow 2.0. When I invented My Pillow, it had everything you'd ever want in a pillow. Well, now there's new technology that makes it even better. My Pillow 2.0 has my patented fill combined with a cooling fabric with temperature regulating thread. My Pillow 2.0 is truly the next generation of My Pillow.
Now's the time to go to mypillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use the promo code to save 50% on your MyPillow 2.0. Not only that, for a limited time, your entire order ships absolutely free.
You're sleeping even better.
And cooler, too.
And you're looking good.
Feeling good.
I knew you would.
Guys, if you want to look better, if you want to feel better, go get that MyPillow 2.0. It has a patented cooling technology that keeps your head cool at night. If you're tired of flipping your pillow over in the middle of the night to get the cool side, you won't have to do it with this pillow because it has that patented cooling technology to keep it cool overnight. Use promo code GENZ, or if you don't want to go to the website, you can call 800-965-3418. That is 800-965-3418. And you can get that discount of 50% for the MyPillow 2.0. Kim, thank you so much for taking time to come on my show. Thank you all so much for listening. God bless you all, and goodbye.
God bless you. God bless.